Hey guys, welcome back to another plant shop vlog where I show you guys what it's like running a plant store from home. The last 2 weeks have been quite busy for me. If you haven't seen my last vlog, make sure you guys go ahead and check that out because we got a new plant shipment for May. I did a whole unboxing of all the plants and showed you guys how I got them ready for the restock. And if you like those type of vlogs where I do the big unboxings, I have a whole playlist dedicated to them so you guys can check those out as well. Today is Sunday, May 5th, and I'm going to be packing up some orders. So let me show you guys all the plants and all the plant accessories that sold this week. So the first plant we have here is Anthurium crystallinum crossed with Bessier Ave, and it just put out this new leaf right here. The next one is this Hoya New Guinea Ghost, and it comes on this bamboo trellis. We have this Anthurium crystallinum crossed with an Anthurium luxurians seedling. I also have some little starter plants that sold. We have this Philodendron gigas here. So all the starter plants usually come in a smaller pot or like a cup like this, and it does come in like stratum or perlite. It is always specified on the shop if it's a starter plant. And pretty much starter plant just means that it's a smaller plant than usual and it's not usually fully rooted. It can be fully rooted though, depending on how long it's been on the shop. But here's an up close of the roots in case you were curious. The next one we have is this Hoya here. It is just a one leafer. We also have another starter here. This is a philodendron. This one is very similar to the philodendron tortum, but it does have different characteristics and it is a little bit more rare than the tortum. And then the last one I have here is this Rapidophora tetrasperma variegated. It is just a one leafer and a mixture of stratum and perlite. I did sell some plant pots as well. I do have a large range of clear plant pots on the shop. Different styles, different sizes. We go from 2.5 inches all the way to 9.5 inches. These ones here, these are all the same style. This is the tall pot. This is a 5.5 inch pot. As you can see, it is taller than the standard plant pots and it does have drainage on the bottom. It does have little air slots on the side as well. So these pots are a little bit taller than the standard pot. This is the 7 inch and then this is the 9.5 inch. So you can see the difference here. These are really good for top heavy philodendrons or anthuriums and stuff like that, or any type of plant that kind of hangs over like a philodendron retrice or an anthurium queen. We did sell a 2-pack of our clear seedling trays. The seedling trays come with 3 parts. It comes with the lid that has a air vent that you can twist to open and close. It comes with a little tray where you put your little propagation, seedlings, or tissue cultures. It does have 12 cells and it does have little holes at the bottom. And then it just comes with the base here. So it just goes like this and you just cover it. Very good for little tiny props. You can get these in a 2-pack or a 4-pack, and I do sell them in all clear like this or with the black base instead. Also sold some acrylic trellises. We have the small U-shaped one here, and then this is the large one. So here is a side-by-side comparison. I also do sell a small round one and a large round one as well. These are completely clear, transparent. They just have a little film on top that you just have to peel it off. We also sold one of the plant display cases here. I'll put up a picture here so you guys can see it, how it's built. It's basically just a clear propagation box that you can put your seedlings in, small plants, or any plants that you want to just show off. It looks really nice and they are stackable. So they do have a design where you can easily stack each other on top of it because it has like little notches in there and you can make some really cool designs. Also sold some of my soil-free potting mix here. We have 2 bags, and I also sold a 3-pound bag of leca. I do sell a huge range of soil-free substrates as well for your plants. So if you're ever looking for something like soil mixes, leca, pon, perlite, I do sell that as well. So you guys can go ahead and check that out too. So that is everything, and since we are in May now, I don't think that we're going to be getting any more heat pack orders, so that is good. They're still going to be on the site all year round, just so that you know that I do offer them. We had some weird weather. It was like 90 degrees like 2 days ago, and now it is down in the 60s, but not enough for a heat pack. But I do offer them in case, you know, where you live is a little cooler at night or something like that. They are there. I usually water the plants once a week, sometimes twice a week depending on how hot it is. I do water all my plants usually around the same time. I kind of do it on a schedule. It is always going to be your personal preference on when you water your plants, how often you do it, and anything else based off of what the plant needs. If you are beginners to plants, I definitely don't recommend you do it on a schedule. Once your plant is mostly dry from the last watering is when you should be watering it again. You shouldn't be watering your plants if it's already still wet from the last time. Watering your plants too often when they're already wet is going to cause root rot. Since all the plants in here do get watered around the same time, they usually will also dry out around the same time. So that's how I'm able to keep them on a schedule like that. I keep the ceiling fan in here on high all the time. I never turn it off, and that's just so that I can make sure that there is enough airflow in this room and so that the plants do dry out a little faster than usual. The ceiling fan helps a lot with just drying the plants out in general, but it also dries out the trays that the plants are sitting in so that they're not just sitting in all that water. After I do water the plants and there is extra water in the trays, I will just come back and just clean out the trays of the water so that they're not just sitting in it. Also, keeping all the plants on the drier side means less fungus gnats as well, so that is just another reason why I like to keep it quite dry in here. So half of this room is dedicated to all the plants that are for sale, and then the other half is dedicated to some of my own personal plants. I have my own personal plants in my Mills bow and in my red stick cabinet, and I also have plants on these two additional shelves that you just saw. I do keep pretty much all of my personal plants in this room with the exception of like 6 of them that I keep downstairs in the living room. I don't like having plants spread out throughout my entire home. It just makes things easier for me when it comes to maintenance because I can see them all in one place and I can water them all at the same time. The sprayer that I'm using to water the plants is from Amazon. It's like a portable sprayer. You can put it in any type of container you want. Watering plants used to be one of the most annoying things in the past for me, but since having something like this, it makes my watering time only about 15 minutes, even when I have up to 200 plants in this room. Today is Sunday. It is my order packing day. I didn't do anything yesterday on Saturday for the shop. I actually wasn't feeling that great. I had such a bad headache, so I just used that day to just chill out. Today I am feeling much better, so we're going to be packing up all the orders from Thursday till today. This is right after the big May restock, so we do have quite a few plants here today, which I'm going to show you guys all of them. Depending on how I'm feeling after the packing, I do want to restock the shop for this coming Thursday. I'm either going to do that today or tomorrow, but I'm going to try to push to do it today so I can get it done and out of the way because I do have quite a few things that I want to go through and see if we can put them up on the shop as well. So let me show you guys all the stuff that sold this week. We have 2 of these Monstera Aureas here. Monstera adansonii Archipelo, Hoya New Guinea Ghost, Anthurium clarinervium, this one is a seedling, Alocasia frydek variegated, both of the Philodendron Jose Buonos, Hoya Sunrise, Hoya RHM 066 Mary Alice, Hoya Sarawak Cream, Philodendron Strawberry Shake, Philodendron Florida Beauty, and both of these Epipremnum pinnatum Yellow Flames. Also sold some of our clear acrylic trellises. This is a mixture from my shop and from Etsy. And also the acrylic plant display case. This one is from Etsy as well. My Etsy store has been doing really well. I do sell only plant accessories on Etsy. Just started selling stuff back on Etsy, I think a few months ago, maybe late January, early February. And I went from like 20 sales to 100 now. So I think that is pretty good considering I didn't really have a lot of sales on there and like a lot of traffic. But now I pretty much have a sale on there almost every single day, so that's really good. Any orders from Etsy that have plant accessories, they get shipped either same day or next day, and that also applies to my actual website. When it comes to plant accessories, they get shipped same day or next day. Plants do only get shipped on Monday and Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays. If you are close to New Jersey, I will ship them out because they'll arrive still in the same week. The reason most plant sellers only ship on Monday and Tuesdays is just because we don't want your plant to be sitting over the weekend in the post office. We want to get it to you as fast as possible. So sometimes you do have to wait a couple of days, but trust me, it's for good reason. We just don't want your plant to die over the weekend and sit in the post office all weekend. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start packing up all of this week's orders. picked out a few plants that I want to add this coming Thursday. I do restock every single Thursday. It's not always going to be a giant restock. Sometimes it's going to be small like this. All of these are propagations this time, so let me show you guys what I picked out. So this first one here, this is Alocasia fried egg variegated. This was a little corm and it's doing really nice now. So it does have some roots showing in here. This is what I'm really looking for when I'm restocking my shop when it comes to propagations. I'm checking them to see if I see the roots on the sides. That's how I know that they're in good shape and that they're healthy enough to sell right away. The next one I have is this Rhaphidophora tetrasperma variegated. This is what it looks like. It does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves and pretty decently variegated as well. It is growing in stratum. You can see some of the roots here. So this one is looking more like a kind of barely rooted or semi-rooted. So I always make sure to list that in the description that they're not fully rooted plants. These are just good for people who like small plants, like starter plants, stuff like that. So this is what this one looks like. It has some really pretty leaves, nice variegation. I do have a couple of these already on the shop, but I want to go ahead and add this one so that I can start clearing out my propagation bin. This one right here, this is Monstera Lechleriana variegated, and this is what it looks like. This is a climbing plant. So as you can see, it does grow this way. So probably the best situation for you with this plant is to add a plank or a moss pole. I had it growing in a propagation bin and I had it just growing along the side. So it was sticking to the bin like that. But for now, I'm going to just stick this clear stake in there for the picture. And then I'll probably put it back in the box until it sells. And then I'm going to be adding 2 Monstera albos. We have this one here. This is what it looks like. It is a 1-leafer. It has a really nice root system as well. So I'm feeling pretty confident to list this one. And here's another look at the leaf. The leaf is quite large as well. And we also have this one here. This one does have a little bit of a trim right here. This one was already cut when I got it. These two are both like bottom cuts off of some Monstera albos I had in the past. And this is what the roots are looking like on this one. Not last week, but the week before, I did add a couple Monstera albo like propagations as well. I did add this one. It had this leaf and it had this leaf, and today it's putting out this beautiful leaf here. And it does have a ton of roots. This one is Monstera albo number 6 in case you're interested. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys this one too. The new leaf is really, really pretty. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clean these up, get them picture ready. They are a little dusty because they've been in the bins for a while. I'm going to clean them up, get their labels on, and then take pictures. And the last thing I need to do for the vlog is pretty much just clean up the studio, and that's it. So this will probably be the last time I talk to you guys. So I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.